How are you guys? I'm packing orders, and I was like, I get a little lonely down here. And so I thought, you know what? Let's just get on a live. I actually tried to go live on TikTok, but I don't understand lives on TikTok. So Instagram is my jam. Hi, Mary. Hello. Okay, it looks like I have a Leslie and a Lizzie. Tell me about your day. Tell me how your day was. And like, we don't have snow. I feel like some parts of the U.S. have snow. Some don't. We have no snow. I really wanted snow, but I did not get it, and that's okay. I know others are not team snow, but I'm packing. I think I have 6 more orders to pack. And I should have got more water, but I didn't. The one I'm working on packing is an inflammation roller ball, and where to put that so you can see it. A relax roller ball, and then of course a little cutie long filled with meetings. Mary, that is no fun. I tell you, Mary, no part of me. This is that corporate life. I haven't been in the corporate world for 10 years, maybe. 10? I worked at church after the corporate world. That was much better. No complaints there. But meetings and people and not being on the same page is wild to me. So, Mary, did you use your adrenals roller yet? I want to know how you like it. Hi, Kathy. I can see you guys. I like when I know you guys. I think Miss Cortez is here, but I don't. Sometimes I know you guys through messages. Sometimes I just know who you are. And sometimes I have absolutely no idea. And I would love to know everybody. But that takes time. So, and then we all have we all have our own businesses, names, 1, 2, 3. I'm counting boxes 4. We all have our businesses and whatever. So is it because I'm folding them backwards? I have been having such trouble with these boxes. Just to update you guys, I was folding them backwards. That is so easier. Okay, I've only used the adrenal roller ball once so far. The kids at work were fun and crazy today. What age do you do, Lizzie, at work? Lizzie, do you have the adrenals roller ball? I think that I've got the adrenals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adrenal roller balls. That's the best seller. It usually is. It's also what I'm running the Facebook ads on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. So people are getting introduced to supporting their nervous system that way. So, Mary, have you tried it during the day, or have you tried it at night? I do not. Ages 3 to 5. Woo! My 4-year-old's preschool got canceled because everybody. I just need you to know I'm sitting here laughing at myself. These boxes are so messed up, but I was like, the boxes are messed up. It could not possibly be that I was folding boxes wrong. Oh, the things we do. Sleep roller is my favorite. The sleep roller is your favorite right now, Mary. I agree. It has that same Vetiver and the adrenals as well. But adrenals and sleep, like, I'm obsessed with that. I have the sleep magnesium spray that, I mean, listen, I have everything, you guys. It's my business. I just pick and choose. I know that's probably not, like, conducive to everybody, but I've been using essential oils for, like, 10 plus years. So it's just crazy that what I will use. And I also, here's a little behind the scenes tip, like, I will use my nose. So, like, Mary, the fact that you're loving the sleep roller ball, that tells me that your body is, like, loving that blend that's in there. And so that's something that's, like, really cool as well, is, like, that's what is cool about aromatherapy, is that our nose will sit there and, like, kind of take care of us a little bit. So, like, right now, again, the sleep magnesium spray is my jam. And obviously I blended it. Like, I think it smells good, but I think that my nervous system is just so fried that it needs all the calming it can get. It also has, like, what roller is the best for sleep? Good question. So Mary is talking about the sleep roller ball, which I love. So I would do the sleep roller ball first, but my secret weapon is this adrenals roller ball. So if it's for women, if it's for us, honestly, no. If it's for anybody, a lot of times when we lay our head on the pillow at night, it's like the first time our body has slowed down all day long. And so because of that, our nervous system has to, like, process everything that's going on. And so that's, our adrenals are in charge of our nervous system. And so to get that calmed down quickly, I roll that adrenals roller ball on my stomach right before bed. My big thing for any woman is adrenals, like, number one is probably, I'm gonna say yes. We could get into, like, hormones, magnesium spray, and liver support. If we're doing three things, that would be the other thing. But adrenals rollerball is just bomb.com for sleep, especially if you're waking up. A lot of times the middle of the night wake ups tell us a lot. Like, if you're waking up between 1 and 3 a.m., that is your liver asking to be cleansed and asking for support. If you're waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. and you don't want to be, that is your adrenals kind of coming down. But to get to sleep quicker and faster, if you're a woman, that's where the adrenals come in. The sleep one is just as fantastic. It's just, and you could probably honestly put the sleep roller ball on your adrenals, and your adrenals are right above your belly button. So that's something that, like, it's 2 seconds. You take it and you roll it. What I do with the sleep is make sure it's on my chest, so I can breathe that in before I put my CPAP machine on. I snore like a freight train. So I'll make sure that sleep blend is on my chest, but also I put it on the bottom of my feet. Mary, where do you put yours? Do you put it on, like, some people, I tell them to put it on their big toe, if they have a lot of, like, nervous system regulation problems. I miss you, Kathy. I'm glad you asked. Sometimes I say too much information. Kathy, sleep roller ball is the easiest. Adrenals is the second option. But the sleep roller ball is mixed to do a couple things. It has lavender, thyme, eucalyptus, vetiver, and cedarwood. Most people know cedarwood and lavender are bomb for sleep. Thyme is in there to help with any sort of, like, nightmares, night terrors, anything like that, to calm those down. Then the eucalyptus is in there to help with, like, any kind of, like, nasally, like, sleep apnea, snoring. And then the vetiver gives you, like, a really, it's probably my top three favorite oils, but the vetiver in there will help with, like, just that deep sleep that you need. And I don't like the smell of lavender, so in my rollerball, I feel like smells more like like a deep woods with a little bit, yeah. Okay, so Mary says big toe, bottom of the foot, ankle, back of neck, wrists, and under the nose. Perfect. There, you can't go wrong. And it's just getting it, when we use the essential oils, they get into our bloodstream so much faster. We use our feet as that kind of like reflexology. And I don't do enough content on that. I just assume everybody knows that, but I know people don't. And then the other thing is, like, in that snoring, like, if I don't want to wear my CPAP machine, I really will try to, like, put it on my, like, sinuses, and make sure I'm doing the best I can with that, because it just gets to be, I don't know, the CPAP machine is, like, it's really hard. For my kids, though, I do notice when I'm really good about getting their oils on them, they sleep a lot. They calm down a lot faster. They sleep faster. And they're really not getting up in the middle of the night, which is like unheard of in my opinion. So those are kind of the simple way we all need to sleep, which I mean, our baby girl has not, we have a 1-year-old and she's going through a sleep regression. And like she's teething with, I think it's her molars. We looked in her mouth to see them, and I just feel so bad for her. But she's very much like, we'll roll the teething roller ball on her cheeks, and then pray she will go to sleep, and then we'll come back and we'll put ours on us, like the adrenals. And I'm trying to get my hormones back in since I'm a month, like what am I, a year postpartum. So I've been doing like the liver roller ball, the hormones magnesium spray, and the adrenals before sleep, and then the sleep blend on my chest. The sleep blend is just very soothing to me right now. So yeah, that's kind of we might be having a visitor. They're not supposed to be. I don't show my kids on here. Hello? What you need, sweetie? So they know to like let me know before they come down. So if you can give me like a few minutes. But ask any questions. Stay right there. Yes, ma'am. I'm on the live. Yes, love. Yeah. After school today? Okay, I'll text Daphne's mom, okay? And then I'll come tell you. She said that the other day and she didn't, okay? Okay, give me a few minutes and I'll come tell you, okay? I'll send her a message real quick. I've got Daphne's mom's phone number, okay? Hold on, don't. I'll be right back. Let me get some information because Daphne keeps getting this stuff wrong. Okay, let's get information from her mom, a grown up, and not a kid. Okay. Okay, where's Dad? Go get Dad. Go get Dad. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna text Daphne's mom. Okay. I will always be mom first. But this like, if you have kids, this is what I'm talking about. So she's been in her room for about 20 minutes. And so her body is coming down off of, I should have rolled the adrenals on her. But her body is coming down. And so we lost Ryan's dad in August, and so she kind of feels her feelings right before bed. She will stay busy, and we don't have busy schedules, but this is for all of us. So she will stay busy all day long, and then, or she'll be fine, and then she'll get in her bed and she will start to process what's going on. and then she has to feel what she's feeling, which is always okay with us. That's not the issue. But this is why I talk about that nervous system support before bed, because it's something that it's so important that I don't think a lot of people know. So if they're like, even us, so if we're like, oh my goodness, like running through the stuff that you didn't get to process throughout the day, that's where this adrenals comes in. It's like we have to turn our brains off so we can like go to sleep. And if we're not sleeping because our brains aren't turned off, because our nervous system never really turns off, we're not really sleeping. We're just not. It's our nervous system is staying on the entire night, and no wonder everybody's cranky and we're snapping at each other, both kids, both parents, both everybody involved. You can't take people like seriously from your work because they're being mean to you. Well, you're exhausted, and then you're probably even more, and I'm like a super sensitive person, so I'm gonna say this, but you're probably even more sensitive because your nervous system is like trying to pretend like a bear, or trying to figure out if a bear is gonna attack you or not. And it's just like too much. And so that was like a really, really good example of something that will happen when we lay down for the first 20 minutes. So does that like resonate with anybody? Does that like give you like a little like light bulb of like, oh, that makes total sense? That's why I push the adrenals over the sleep, because if we can get the nervous system to kind of turn off before sleep, we're going to be doing a lot better than just focusing on sleep. But honestly, you need both. You need your body to get enough of the nutrients. I don't know if I want to say that word. I want to say the word properties. You want your body to get enough of like those benefits of the essential oil blend into your bloodstream so it can unlock and say, oh, okay, like it's telling your body to rest in a couple different ways. Of like, you're telling it to rest in aromatherapy, like using your nose, like the smell of the essential oils is telling your body to calm down and it's time to go to bed. But then the other side of it too is like the essential oil properties are getting into your bloodstream. So that is kind of like I would say 3 ways. So you're smelling it, the essential oils are getting into your bloodstream because you're putting them on your skin, but also you have a routine and you're telling yourself to go to sleep. So that's where like the adrenals with the sleep, you could do adrenals with the sleep roller ball or the sleep magnesium spray. Either one of those will change your sleep pretty quickly. And then, like Mary said, like put the sleep like bottom of the big toe. This is huge to do it on the bottom of the big toe. I sometimes can remember why, and sometimes I can't. It's a little late and I can't remember why. But the first person I ever was told to put, it's that Bedivere oil that is my favorite to put. Make sure that that's on the bottom of your big toe every night before bed. And then another piece, like for women, like we talked about the hormones piece. So if you suspect hormones, that's where we want to like kind of go a little bit wider with loving on that liver and adrenals and using the hormones magnesium spray. Because like if you've seen that circle, I've been calling it the circle of validation, but it's a circle of trust, or it's a circle of stress, trust, where we have to figure out how to release it so those hormones can get the rest and reset that they need when we're sleeping. Our hormones get cleaned up when we're sleeping. That's why that's that 1 to 3 a.m. wake up is your liver trying to process your hormones. The 3 to 5 is your adrenals trying to get you set up for the day. And then hormones magnesium spray, I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Balances your hormones. It's got that organic wild yam in it. And you can spray that anywhere. And I would argue too, kind of with that, you can do almost like a hack. Like if you're going through a deep emotional time where there is some emotional pain going on, or physical pain. physical pain, we can kind of go into like the inflammation, roller balls, magnesium sprays, muscles. We can talk about that, but, and that is important. But we can take that hormones magnesium spray and spray it on our hips. And when we're spraying it on our hips are in charge of our emotions. And so like I'm gonna listen, I can be a little self-deprecating, and I don't mind doing it, but I say that my hips are so big because of all the emotional pain that I've had to deal with in my life. And then I sing the hips don't lie part. I'm cracking myself up, I'm sorry. I probably sound like a psycho. You know, I'm on tonight and my hips don't lie. And your hips don't lie. They hold all our secrets. Like Gretchen Wiener's hair is so big because it's secrets. But I always just say my hips are so big because I have all the like, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you're laughing with me. Because I have like all this like, again, it's probably another 10 years of like, just like crazy family stuff, like ups and downs, and just a lot of like trauma that is being processed. But I swear to you, it is stuck in my hips. I'm like, well, until I can get it out. My hips don't lie and they're full of secrets. But I will take whatever magnesium spray I want. We're going to stay on hormones magnesium spray for this one because it is going to love on your ovaries, which are around your hips, and then it's going to help you kind of like process that pain while you're sleeping. So it's going to, you know, we talk a lot about jaw clenching and then like our shoulders up to our ears. That's all part of all of this, and it's all stress. So, and also remember that like even good stress is still stress. You still have to process it. So if you're like, oh my goodness, I had, you know, I'll use myself for it. I had like $1,000 order come in. I've never had that, but you know, someday that would be fun. I had $1,000 order come in and I cannot believe it. And how did that happen? And my brain's just kind of running through that and like, you know, just like figuring out like the process of like, how am I gonna, what box am I gonna pick? And this is exciting, and they pick such good options, and I can kind of go through all of that, but that's still stress that I'm processing before I go to sleep. So I don't know if that like resonates with anybody or not, but that is like I don't know, I need to do a reel that's like, my hips don't lie, and blah, blah, blah. So, and then here, I'll show you the cute little stuff. So like, I'm supposed to be packing orders, but then, you know, I get distracted. So here's our cute little box, and it always has like your name on it. And then I always send a little like free roller ball. Right now I'm doing immunity because 'tis the season. And like I said, there's a bunch of adrenals. I think there's 5 adrenals that I'm packaging. But then also somebody got the inflammation roller ball and relax roller ball, which is like liquid Xanax. I can always tell when I'm like really stressed because I actually don't love the smell of relax, but it was like I had to make something earlier for somebody and it like hit me very nicely, and I was like, okay, I must be a little bit stressed. And then another order got just the hormones roller ball. The only difference between the hormones roller ball and the hormones magnesium spray is that the roller ball doesn't have magnesium in it. But it's still, I had that first and then turned it into a magnesium spray. And then this person also got thyroid. Thyroid is really good. You roll it right here, like first thing in the morning. And we all have thyroid issues. So I think most of us know like the weight topic, like if you can't get weight off, check your thyroid. Don't even check it. Just assume it's broken and get that roller ball. Let's just be honest about that. And then the other thing too is like, if you are like having those like midday slumps or you're super emotional, that's all hormone processing issues. So that's where when I am using those four, I'm gonna say four. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I'm using the Hormones Magnesium Spray, I do it morning and night. The thyroid roller ball right here in the morning. Then at night, the liver roller ball, which I put right here. This is your liver on your right side and your adrenals above your belly button. When I'm doing those 4, I feel like I can fly, and I swear to you, that is how my body let me get pregnant with baby Jordan, because it was like, so these boxes are messed up because I messed them up, but that's what I was doing, and I was like, I'm too old, I'm too stressed, there's no way I can do another, there's no way I can have another baby. And then I was like, all right, well then I guess since I can't have another baby, I'll just roll all these on and start to get my body back, because like 3 kids, my body is torn up. There's just no way around that. It just is what it is. One of my mom's high school friends ordered from me, which is just so sweet. I'm gonna say Miss Martha, because they're Southern. Do you think that Martha is a very like Southern name? Because I do. My mom actually asked me today if she ordered, and I said not that I had seen. And here we are. Sorry, Miss Martha, with the mixed up box. But now we know. Now we know. All right. What else? I can't ever tell who's still here and who's not. But let me know what questions you have. It might get a little loud once I start like really getting into like the packaging. So I always like write a note, and then I showed you the sample. It does take a little bit, but I like people to feel really special when they order from my business, because I don't know, shouldn't it feel special? I think it should feel special. So this person ordered 2. So that's a hard thing. With minimum shipping is $65, and so if you get a roller ball and the magnesium spray, that gets you that free shipping like very easily. And that's just a little bit easier than, I did have it at $85. But I have to tell you, even I was stressed out trying to figure out how to tell people to reach that $85, so I dropped it back down to $65. Because I feel like telling you to buy 2 products is much easier than trying to figure out how to add and get to that $85. These are the Woes. I was like, there is no name on this. How do I know where I'm sending it? So this person, she ordered the exact same thing last week, and she ordered it again. So I'm wondering if she's getting it for a friend. But that's that hormones and thyroid. Maybe I should give her Calm. No, I'm gonna stick with immunity. I try to like switch up the samples that I send you guys in the orders. Like, she's ordered it with us 3 times, but I don't have great notes on that. So I really don't know. I used to keep really good, like, hey, this person got an immunity sample last time they ordered. But I don't anymore. I wish I did. But if there's ever like a sample that you can always leave me a note and say, hey Rachel, like, could I try the Calm blend? I don't have samples for everything, but I will tell you, like, as long as I can figure out, you know, what's going on, and if you don't care what it looks like, then I'll do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So, alright, I'm gonna keep doing this. I hope you enjoyed my hips don't lie. I think I definitely need to make that into a reel. That, or like, that's why her hips are so big, her hair. That Gretchen Wieners quote is my favorite, one of my favorites from Mean Girls. You know, we quote Mean Girls all the time. I cannot, I don't remember the last time I watched it. On my birthday, we did such, I was like, this is what it is to be 40 as a mom of 4, or parents of 4. We came home. Hi, Amanda. Hi, sweetie. I'm excited to see you soon, hopefully. Amanda, are you doing vintage? I'm sure you are. My husband was like, do you want to go like shopping for my birthday? I was like, no, I don't. I just want to come home and sit. I was also like on my period, so I just didn't feel good. We sat there. My parents had my 2 younger kids, and my older 2 were at school, and we sat at home, and I sat under my heated blanket, and we did not move for 2 hours, and we watched Sweet Home Alabama, because I was like, we never get to watch a movie. By the time we get all 4 kids down at night, it's just like, everybody's exhausted. Everybody's exhausted. I'm gonna have to re-fold this box. Amanda, are you ready for vintage? Do you know where you are? Andy was on here a little bit. She's doing vintage market. If you're local to St. Louis, do you guys go to vintage market days? Do you know what it is? It's like March. It's like whatever the 13th is. Maybe. I don't really know dates very much. I just know, like, I have this many weekends until it comes. Oh, and I got full season vendor at our local market again. And people always make fun of me because they're like, of course you're going to get it. But I don't feel that way. You just never know. Like, what if there wasn't a spot? I don't know. I always feel like it's just better to be... I'm going to say the word. Do you think the word is humble for that? Yes, can't wait. Yes, Lizzie. I'm doing a little bit of a different setup at the... Okay, this is what I decided to do. I decided to refold it. And then I'll re-stamp it. Because it just looks... It's just not sticking together. I don't know. Am I overthinking this? I haven't heard back about Lake St. Louis, but I got vendor communication. So, Amanda, they are only... Right now, they're only doing... No, that's not going to work. Ugh. I'm sorry. Amanda, they... same spot, and no, not ready. Are we ever? No, I'm never ready for vintage market days. It's just whatever gets done, gets done. So I did a different setup at Long Row Lavender in December, or in November, where we stood behind the tables. Hold on, Amanda, let me tell you this, then I'm gonna finish that. Right now, you should hear back around sometime after March. I think they're just doing some of the full season first, and they're doing them a little bit early. So I'm sure that's the email you saw. So for vintage market days, I'm gonna do it where we're kind of like pretend this is the tables. So we'll stand behind the table so we can talk to everybody a little bit easier. Because I know that my stuff needs explanation. And so since it needs explanation, we need to be up there ready to go. So you'll have to come by and tell me what you think. And I always tend to overanalyze my setup. I'm actually excited about not overanalyzing it this time. I'm going to go in. We're going to do it that way. I did add an extra 10 feet, and I'm on a corner again. So we should have like plenty. You like that idea? Thank you. Actually, Shanda helped me with that. Shanda is the person who runs the vintage market days. It's her and her daughter. Libby. Actually, they do it, if I'm honest, they do it as a whole family. It's pretty impressive. And they're just like good people. Just like good, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. But she's just like, she's all for her vendors winning. And, you know, she was like, this is what I think we need to try with you. And I said, all right, I trust you. First of all, then I don't have to worry about it and think about it. And second of all, she knows what she's doing. So I feel like she knows what she's doing. Yes, this is like, it's just a different vibe than the market, than the farmer's market. And if you've been to both, let me know if you think that's like accurate. But I like, for whatever reason, freak out at vintage market days. And I just need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that. I need to calm down. And whatever happens, happens. I always just want it to be perfect. Because they like it to look nice. So, yeah. I tend to panic, which I wish I didn't. I'm getting all confused on boxes now. Okay. Miss Martha. So we decided if that was a very southern. It's taking me forever, but it's fun to talk to you guys. Like I said, if you missed it earlier, I was trying to go on TikTok live and that just like did not work. Also, I'm like in like, I feel like most of us are in hibernation mode, but that also means like cut costs, and because like obviously sales just are not what they're going to be at like, you know, November, December. So I just bought a paper shredder. So I would not have to pay an astronomical amount for little shreds of paper like this. So if it comes and looks like shredded paper for a little bit, just know I'm trying and I'm learning. I think there's a way to fold it. But I was like, we are not, this is where it was at. It was honestly at either raise the prices to cover all this or just try to find a way to cut expenses. And they vacuum seal this, like, so they vacuum seal it. And so then you have to take the time to like pull it all apart. Or you just kind of like lose. I agree to the name being Southern. I want to do that too. Send me what you got. Okay. I will send you what you got. I think there's something about folding it. My grandmother was from Tennessee and her name was Martha. Yes. Okay. I'm from Tennessee originally. And I had at least one, if not two, Aunt Marthas. So it's just a very Southern like name. I actually wanted to name my boys Southern names. So they're Bennett and Anderson. And then our girls are named after us. They have our middle. One of them has, my oldest has my husband's middle name. See, this is stupid. See how it's like stuck together? And then my youngest has my middle name. But yeah, Lizzie, thank you. I actually last night on YouTube was watching, Paula Deen reminds me of one of my grandmas who died when I was going into my senior year of high school. And I actually got to meet her, but I was watching her YouTube last night and she was making cornbread muffins. So, my dad is from Tennessee and my mom's from Atlanta, Georgia, obviously. See? I think it's because they vacuum. Okay. I love you, Amanda. I'll see you soon. I'll let you know how this goes and what to do. It's just time consuming. But if I sit there and pull them apart, then the stuff goes further. So, is that done? It probably is. You guys, I don't know whose this is. I think this is Becky's. Yeah, 2 addresses. So yes. And then Paula, I mean, I feel like there's nothing more Southern than Paula Deen. So, all right. See, this is just time consuming. I'm trying to cut costs and then save myself some time. because like this stuff used to come in this massive bag and it wasn't vacuum sealed. And I don't know, I mean, obviously I'm sure they have their reasonings behind it, but I just don't agree with them. Because then it's like, you have to sit here and like fluff the paper. It's just stuff like that you don't just don't think of with business. So, all right, I'm gonna hop off and do the notes so I can eventually go to bed. But I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. We are in the middle of a website glow up, so if you see anything on the website that is confusing to you, I really want to know. Like, genuinely, if you guys would help me that way. I've got a few people, including myself, going through it. But I have some things that I'm still like working on, and then because it's new, we figured out there was a bunch of buttons that weren't working, which has like caused a few like just things to, I'm just knocking everything over, a few things to tank, and so yeah, if you're on there and you're like, I think Rachel would like to know about this, hi Michelle, hi Lydia, let me know, because it's been a little bit. I think we looked at my conversion rate. Well, we looked at my conversion rate on my business call this morning, and it's like down 40%, which is nuts. So that just means things aren't working as they should. I think. No, I know. I do know. But we'll get it fixed and we'll get it back. But if there's something on there that you see, you're like, oh, see, that tripled what it was by me doing that. If there's something on there that you see, you're like, that does not look good, let me know. And then I will, I don't know, I just really appreciate any feedback. Somebody messaged me and she was like, I'm having the hardest time. And I was like, oh my gosh, why? And then she told me exactly what was going on, and every single piece of feedback that you guys give me, I actually really listen to. I'm not really one to like be like, oh well, that's on you, because it's not. Like, if one person is brave enough to tell me, then that means there's probably 10 people that were, I say brave, I shouldn't say it like it's a bad thing, because it's not. I think some people just like don't want to hurt my feelings, and I totally understand that. But it's also like, it's a small business, and this is, we've built this together. And so, you can tell me when something's messed up. Like, somebody had to tell me that the checkout was messed up, which is just nuts. So I thought that was going to fix it, and it didn't. It's just been a roller coaster of the last like month and a half. But that is okay. That is okay. We will get it figured out, and we will not do this anymore. This is stupid. See, this is where greed comes in with this. Greed, and I mean, I don't know. I get in my feelings about this, because I'm like, I get you need to make money. I do too, but like, who's buying this pounds of crinkle cut paper? It's just probably small businesses. See, I should probably tell them. Oh, Rachel, just preaching to yourself. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live. We went over adrenals, of course, and why I feel so passionate about it. And we had a live look at what happens to us all when we lay our heads down for the first time and slow down throughout the day. For the first time throughout the day, and our bodies are just like, no, I'm not doing that. Thanks to my oldest, my 9-year-old, who feels her feelings very much, which so do I. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's the thing. It's like, when we're as adults, when we are regulated, when our nervous system is regulated, we can see that everybody around us just kind of needs to feel their feelings, and we don't brush it off. Because all of us know what it feels like to be brushed off when we're having a hard time. And so if we can just not do that to, especially our kids, like I feel really passionately about not brushing off my kids when they're feeling the way that they're feeling. So yeah, I hope that is encouragement to you, and you're just doing a great job. I know you are. So I love you, and I will try to have a, we'll try to cut these clips out perfectly into fun little like reels, because this is the real reel. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. All right, I love you guys, and I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.